Hello, caretakers, families, and parents. My name is Arlène, and I'm from the Reading and Writing Project. I am so excited to be here with you all today because we're going to talk about one of my favorite things. I've been helping a lot of my family members with this on phone calls with their kids. I come from a really big family. And we've been talking about finding a writing workspace. So, what do we do to find a writing workspace in these times where our homes have become multifunctional? We are sometimes working in our homes. Our students, our children are working in our homes, and we need to be able to find spaces where we could be the most productive. So, what are some things that we need to consider as we find these spaces for our children? The first thing I would say to finding a space is finding a space that is comfortable. That's the first thing to think about. Is this space comfortable? So, what do we mean by comfortable? Can your young writer sit in this space, lay down in this space, easily access materials that they need for writing in this space? So I will go and sit in the corner with them, take the young writer with us. That's what I've been doing with lots of family and friends. Like, show me the corner. Let's have your child sit down. Are you comfortable? Can you lay down? Because children are entering a creative process when they write. And when you're entering a creative process as you write, that could be very uncomfortable to get ideas out on the page. So we want a space where they could sit down, lay down, and even move and act out their writing from time to time. So see if that's a space for your young writer that they feel comfortable in, and do a quick comfort check. It's really going to help them to embrace the discomfort that sometimes comes with writing on the page. The next tip that I'm going to offer you is to make sure that this space is flexible. So, when we think about flexibility, we're thinking about whether or not you can pack this space and go. Some of us are in pods working with different families. Some of us need our children and the children that we're caring for to be able to move around our homes because our homes have are multi-usage spaces. Sometimes we are, taking it down for the weekend, putting it back up for the beginning of the week. So be thinking about whether or not you can pick up the items for the workspace. So we're thinking about, like, is your young writer in need of a stuffed animal, a cozy blanket, a chair, a little table, a bin, and even some back tacks to put things on the wall? Like, are those things flexible? Can you move them to a different corner if you need to? And if you could do that, then you know that this space is a flexible one, and you can find a couple of flexible spaces in your house or in the space that you're in with your young writer. The next thing that I would suggest is to ensure that this space is calm. So, why have a calm space? Because being in calm in times of distress is very helpful for a young writer. No one can learn in times of distress. So, really gauge what helps your writer to feel calm. Ask them, is it calming music? Is it being in a place where you can't hear people in conversation? Is it being in a place where you can't hear people on their phone very loudly? What's going to help you feel calm? Maybe you need to notice your young writer whether or not there's too much stimulation. So sometimes there's too much up on the walls in that corner that they're in, and we need to ensure that there isn't too much multisensory stimulation for them, because then we'll start to notice that they cannot focus, right? And so being calm allows you to focus. So think about, in this space, in this corner that we've designated to writing time, can my writer feel calm? If your young writer says to you, play some calming music, look up free calming music online and play it for them as they write. That could be of huge benefit to your writer as they're writing. Maybe you play some smooth jazz or some instrumentals. Like, ask them what they need, and be in conversation with them about what it means to be calm, and practice it. I cannot stress this enough. Like, take about 10 to 15 minutes to just say, let's try it out. Can we move this stuff? Is it comfortable for you? What would make it calm? And inviting your young writer to be a part of that dialogue will help you both to find a calming workspace. The next that's comfortable and flexible. The next and last thing that I'll share is to make sure that this is a predictable space. It is so important to say to our young writers, every day for our writing time, when you're in class or when you're not in class and we're writing on the weekend, this is the space that you're going to be working in. And I'm letting you know this now. And this is the time. If you're going to move the space, be transparent with your child, and share with them, we're going to have to move your cozy space, your comfortable space. We're going to have to be flexible, and it's going to be for this amount of time. That is very helpful because showing up to the same spot every single day allows children to trust and that they can take risks to write more. Okay. So knowing that I'm going to be in this cozy spot, in this cozy corner in the living room, or in this cozy corner in the kitchen, or in this cozy corner in the bedroom, or just in this cozy corner in my own room allows children to say, this is predictable. I know exactly where I'm going to write, what I'm going to write with, and how I'm going to write. And so, therefore, now I'm ready to write. So, remember, when you are finding finding a writing space, a writing workspace for your writer, make sure that it's comfortable, flexible, calm, and predictable, and invite your young writer to go on a little 5 to 15-minute journey with you to find that space and gauge whether or not it meets this criteria. So I wish you well on finding a writing workspace journey. See you soon.